So I know I'm like laying here because Shawnee, it's just, I could go out and maybe I will in a few minutes once he goes to sleep. But I want to focus on this, and I might do a longer video for this moment. An intention to fix something inside of you. And sometimes this thing that's inside of us that needs to be something. If we label it, we're going to get locked. So let's not label it. So this intention inside of us is to do something. So we're looking for something. We want a better feeling, a worse feeling. Some people want a worse feeling. Have you ever been used to everything going bad and then something goes right and you're going, okay, seriously, there's something wrong here, something's hiding. Because we're so used to everything going bad that we get something that actually is a positive thing and you're going, I don't think so. That's because everything has been going wrong, and inside of you doesn't recognize that feeling of something good. It becomes a foreign, almost like a foreign person talking to you, and you're going, I don't understand you, but you're smiling. But you could smile and then all of a sudden shoot me with a gun. You. So anyway, so when I'm dealing with a rape kind of mentality, a woman that we were searching for who was actually able to forgive her rapist for what he had done to her, and I'm talking about a true forgiveness, not a false forgiveness. When we get into the intention inside our soul, we can get a organized religion demand. It's not a method, it's a demand. So Jesus Christ says to you, if this rapist comes upon you and you're held for like 19 hours and your toenails are pulled off and you're raped and you have stuff shoved up inside of you, and then all of a sudden you're released after 19 hours of torture and rape, and you're in the hospital, somehow you survived because you think it's a miracle. He wanted you alive, by the way, this rapist, so he could relive everything he did to you knowing that you're alive. I think we've seen enough movies like this, right? So you have a relationship with Jesus. So you go and you say, oh my gosh, like your first response is, why didn't God help me? Why did this happen? The first thing you have to do with that is know that even asking a question on why that happened to you, you're questioning God. In any organized religion, are you allowed to question God and what happens to you? It's written. But I need to go to a human standpoint, because the human inside of us says, why were we not rescued? What? Like, how could this happen to me? What did I do right? Because sometimes we do things right for people who want to take us and torture us and rape us. We do things right instead of wrong. And an intention of someone doing something right towards a rapist gets a intention from him upon you. So we start trying to process through in a natural soul way to go and explain what happened. Well, if I was a counselor and I was sitting with someone who did this, what happened was that man's choice upon you. And as we sit here and we deal with his choice upon you, I need to be able to show you something. He still wants you. He still wants you to start looking at everything he did to you, because you have scars on your body that he left on you, but you survived, right? He wanted you alive. The truth is the truth. Any kind of FBI profiler or any kind of anyone would tell you that when you get released from someone who is torturing you, they want you motherfucking alive. But what the FBI and what other law enforcement agencies don't often, very rarely, to be honest with you, bring in is a spiritual standpoint. And this is where organized religion comes in. So earlier I posted, whichever God you serve, no one could say, like, seriously, you think this guy who took this woman with like 19 hours and tortured her and pulled her toenails off was serving Jesus? I want you to picture that, yes, he was. It doesn't make sense to anyone when you go into the written word, but he was. Why? He was able to hide under it. I mean, how many people are going to hide under Jesus? I mean, if I were evil and I wanted to do something so against the law, which is kidnapping, raping, and torture, that's actually against the law. I mean, in some states, it is the death penalty if you do this to someone. If I wanted to do something so against the law, I'd hide underneath one of the nicest guys in the world and act like I served him. But do you see where I'm going with this? You can act all you want. In the end, this guy is the one who took this woman who did all this stuff. So when we're dealing with an evil spirituality, which is someone who wants to come in and break the law in a fashion or a way or a knowing, because this particular rapist, picture him, he knew he was breaking the law. He just didn't give a shit. He didn't give a shit he was breaking the law. He's like way beyond anyone. He's almost as if he was Jesus walking on this earth. You see what I'm saying? They don't have a thought process in their brain that connects to their soul that tells them that they're a worm or that they're nothing. They think and know there's something. With a rapist with a past history of something that the law enforcement doesn't know about, he's pretty powerful, people. The law enforcement doesn't know about this guy. As the law enforcement comes together and we actually start removing some veils and we start taking this down and we go, you know, for some strange reason, one word that he said to this particular woman is interesting. This one word that he said during this time that he had her was the word the. Why would that be interesting? Everyone says the at some point, right? But it's how he said it. And as things start developing and things start coming off where they start trying to find this person who took her and did this stuff to her, we are going to hear different things from her, but not right away. So how do we start peeling veils off so we can find this guy? The good news is this. If you use an evil spirituality, and I'm talking evil, you're going to be able to find him quicker than you staying with Jesus. Why? Jesus is all divine, all good. You're not supposed to be doing shit wrong. You're not supposed to be swearing, having sex. You're not supposed to be doing anything. If you want to find this guy, you need to be where he is. He is not operating on a level of a positive, good Jesus. He's operating on a level of fucking hell. So there's that movie on USA, I think, the con where they go and the cops get the ex-con because he knows the underworld. Okay. So I'm going to bring in Cash Money. Cash Money is one of my new characters. Cash Money was in the underworld. Cash Money was a little boy sold into the underworld of this nasty evil that we hear about sometimes. Other times we don't hear about it because the government kind of agencies can't and won't release this stuff for many different reasons. So Cash Money is a character and he is going to be helping with this. I'm going to post this video and then I'm going to start talking about Cash Money.